Sana Sprint Plus, the most advanced cardiac rehabilitation solution for rehabilitation centers. The Sana Sprint Plus is powered by Ergosana GmbH. We specialize in the development and production of ergometers, treadmills. These devices have inbuilt ECG, blood pressure and pulse oximeter. We're based at Germany in the Swabian Alp. Our products are easy to use and renowned worldwide for its quality. Our ergometers boasts of the lowest operational sound, the smoothest long-lasting mechanism and complete wireless connectivity. Our tailored software is comprehensive and yet easy to use. These are manufactured at Germany using the best quality control techniques and state-of-the-art technology. The design and development team follows the latest standards, ensuring highest degree of user care. Ease of use, optimal functionality and durability are the hallmark of our products. With an experience of over 25 years in this field, our customers get optimum benefit when using our products. Let's see how Sana Sprint Plus works. An Ergosana rehabilitation system can contain up to 16 ergometers or treadmills. Ergometer with or without blood pressure measuring or pulse oximeter can be used in accordance with the medical needs of the individual patients. Every system consists of a wireless ECG amplifier. A chip card reader is used to automate patient allocation to a particular station. Using a high-definition display, managing and monitoring the patient's performance were never this easy. When a patient walks in, he needs to get registered. If he is already registered, you can view his earlier test history in the preview box. Along with the test summary, with a search and archiving option, the patient's details can be picked out from the database easily. If the patient is not registered, you can register by clicking on No Patient button. From Add New Patient screen, you can enter all the patient's details and save it to database. Once the details are saved, you can choose up to 10 different training tests. There are 7 training programs related to ergometer, 2 training programs related to treadmill and 1 IPN test on the ergometer. The training program are of 2 types, pulse-controlled training programs and load-controlled training programs. Pulse-controlled training programs control the load of the ergometer or the speed of the treadmill to keep the patient's heart rate close to the training heart rate. Load-controlled training programs will control the load of the ergometer or speed or slope of the treadmill independent of the patient's heart rate. Based on the patient's condition, the physician can assign a particular test or exercise. Let's say the mostly used pulse control training program. In the pulse steady state program, the ergometer load is changed according to the patient's heart rate, such that the patient's heart rate is close to the training heart rate. All tests have 5 phases: Warm-up 1, Warm-up 2, Training, Recovery 1 and Recovery 2. The ergometer or treadmill parameters can be set up for the various phases. Warm-up 1 for warming up the muscles with the low load. Warm-up 2, the load is increased according to a definable training pulse. Training, this stage is the stage that has got a physiological effect. Recovery 1, the last load value of the training stage is linearly reduced to 0 watt within a predefined period of time. Recovery 2, during the resting stage, no load is applied. This stage is intended to show and document how the heart rate and blood pressure values normalize. In the pulse-controlled impulse training program, the upper training load depends on the patient's heart rate. The lower training load depends on the set relative decrease of load, the minimum time in the lower level, and the time for upper level can be set. Pulse-controlled ramp training program applies load in a ramp manner based on the patient's heart rate versus the training heart rate. The falling slope and the rising slope can be adjusted by the physician. Sana Sprint Plus also comes with load-controlled programs wherein heart rate is not taken into consideration. Here, a constant load is applied independently of the heart rate. Once training load is reached, it is decreased by set percentage and this load is maintained until the end of training phase. In case the patient's heart rate exceeds the alarm limit, the load is decreased as specified in the relative decrease of load and goes into recovery mode. Load controlled impulse program is used to set the upper level training load time and lower level training load time. Alarms are used to monitor the patient's heart condition. Load-controlled ramp training program is also similar to pulse ramp but is not independent on the patient's heart rate. The rising slope and the falling slope can be specified by the physician. Free definition profile gives full freedom to the physician to define his own protocol. The physician can add various stages and can specify the raise time, load and duration of each stage. Sprint comes with 2 treadmill protocols. Constant treadmill training is conducted at a fixed speed, duration, distance and slope without taking into consideration the patient's heart rate. Treadmill plus steady state training program changes the speed of the treadmill such that the patient's heart rate is close to the training heart rate. An IPN test will help the physician to decide the best training heart rate for a healthy patient based on WHO or Hallman and Venner protocol. The patient's history is taken into consideration and a target heart rate is pre-classified. At the end of the test, the best training heart rate for ergometer and treadmill is provided for the patient. Patient's fitness level can also be measured at the end of the test. For other patients, the doctor will decide the training parameter. Once you choose a test or training program, you'll need to allocate patient to a particular station. There are different ways of allocation. One is to right-click on the particular station, choose the patient from the list of patients and allocate. Third way of allocation is by using a smart card option. Certain ergometers come with smart card readers. These cards can be programmed with the ID number of the patient. When these cards are programmed and used at the ergometer, it automatically allocates that particular patient to the ergometer. Patient vital parameters such as heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen saturation is monitored and displayed. The ergometer load and speed is plotted along with the trend of the heart rate, blood pressure and oxygen saturation. You can also view the balance time duration of a particular stage within the blue circle. The ergometer load can be increased or decreased. Clicking on the arrow advances the test to the next stage. The training parameters can be easily modified during the testing. If you want to magnify or view particular station in zoom mode, double-click on the station. At the same time, you can also view vital parameters of other patients in other stations at the right side of the screen. If you want to mark comments on the ECG, click on the mark icon, enter the comment and save it. It offers multiple options for retrieving data and taking automatic backup. The evaluation view gives comprehensive test details of patient performance. It helps patient to be better informed of his or her progress, which also highlights all parameters during the training. Patients' earlier visits can be compared to monitor the patient's performance. ECG rhythm for the entire duration of the test is recorded. The evaluation table will display the recorded test results. These results can be converted to PDF or can be printed. The analysis will also present ICEE graph for a patient, an essential tool for the quality management. This indicates the patient's cardiac performance and training success over a period of time. So, as you can see, with Sana Sprint Plus, you will always be on the better side of technology, patient comfort and safety protocols. Move ahead with Sana Sprint Plus, patient management and monitoring software for rehabilitation clinics. For more details, visit www.ergosana.de.